Hello, Chelsea brethren. Welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather channel. It's your Chelsea Godfather reporting back to duty. Guys, enemies of progress, they're at it again. They're not going to let us rest. Enemies of progress. It's the international break, and you guys already know that Chelsea FC is always number one on their list in terms of uh, creating fear among our fans, confusion among our fans. Why? Because we've been in perpetual meltdown mode this season, and for good reason because we've been trapped in the bottom half of the season pretty much all year long, and it's been a painful season. And so it is what it is. But guys, we have to look behind the mask and find out what's really going on. And in effect, what these guys are saying, gentleman by the name of Stefan Brosen, I believe that's his name. He's a former employee of City. He used to be one of their financial um, specialists or whatever. I'm not sure if he was an accountant, but he worked in with regards to the financial aspect of City, and he's come out today in a recent interview on Talk Sports. He was interviewed by Simon Jordan and Co. And he eloquently explained that Chelsea, among other clubs, obviously the other clubs we already know, Everton and Forest. Those guys, those guys have already taken their punishment with their big boy pants. They took their points deductions, and they're just fighting and battling, trying to stay in this league. And that he strongly believes that Chelsea FC is next in line in terms of that we're heading down the road of points of massive point deductions next season, and for the simple fact that he believes Broson, this Mr. Broson, believes that uh, Chelsea has no way of complying with FFP requirements with regards to um, the maximum loss that we are allowed to recognize. I believe over the last three seasons, and so he went on ahead on this long explanation about last season about how we ended up with 90 million, I believe, pound loss is what we had last year. I know the year prior. Um, I can't believe don't even remember what we had. I believe we had about 100, roughly about 100, 110 or so mil. I can't remember the actual number. So as we stand right now, we are currently at minus 210 or so, or 220, and we're only allowed um 105 mil or something to that effect of loss over the next 3 years. So if you do the maths, that means that we have to finish this season with profitability of plus 100 mil, 110 mil. Guys, I mean, this doesn't make, it might not make sense to you. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but the reality is, first of all, I mean, the way that he explained this thing, like, you would have thought that Mr. Broson was, somewhere, bedded within Chelsea's accounting office, and he's literally seen our books, seen our balance sheets, seen our income, statements, to be able to understand, what our current profit and loss, situation is. And obviously, you and I know that that's not true. That's not. He's just kind of guessing. It's basically, guesswork. A lot has happened, between last year and this year, right? Yes, we had minus 90 last year, but last year we also had a whole bunch of high earners on the books, and most of those high earners have been, released. So our, wages this season as is actually a lot less than last season. I know that this guy, I 100% know that he doesn't even know what Chelsea's current salaries, uh, expenses are. There's no way that he could even know that because the information hasn't been released. All right. Um, and then when you talk about you know um, profitability, right? So again, trying to make money, you can make money one of two ways. Either one, like one way or both ways, right? So in the income statement, your there's both what's called the top line numbers and the bottom line numbers. So the top line numbers are your sales, your revenues, like the money that you as a club generate, right? And on the top line, we have ways of quickly, I won't say quickly, but reasonably raising over 100 million. And I'll just give you four players: Lewis Hall, Ian Matson, Broya, Chalobah. Those four players alone. I mean, Hall, the Hall deal is just about done. That's 30 million pounds coming from Newcastle. They have pretty much said that they're going to activate the deal at the end of the season, right? Ian Matson is doing so well at Dortmund. The fee is right around 30 mil, and I mean he's obviously a young left back. That's a cheap deal. I mean if they don't jump at the deal, another club is going to jump at the deal. So I mean you might as well add that in the bucket, right? And by the end of this season, 30 that's 60 mil. Now, keeping in mind that the deadline to comply with FFP is June 30th this year. That's what Broson says. He's just about sworn. He's all but sworn that there's no way that Chelsea can raise 110 million by the ending of June, not by the end of May. I'm giving you players that we can raise money from by the end of May, talk less of June, right? So between Hall and Ian Matson, that's around 60 million. Then we have Mando Broya. He's a young striker. You all know his profile. He's strong. He's tall. He's big. He's fast. He has, because he's a very good, promising striker. 30 million for Broya will be a steal. I know a lot of fans are going to be like, oh, he's done nothing, but he's been injured. 30 million. I know there's going to be a lot of clubs, and we're likely going to get more than 30 million. You can bookmark this video and come in and remind me later. So then of course you have Chalobah, whom surprise surprise we've been playing him a lot recently, and that gives you an idea of of the possibility, if not the likelihood that we're trying to basically increase his value, so he can be offloaded by anywhere between 20 to 25 million or more, right? So that's just four players. I'm not even talking about Gallagher, because for me personally, I don't see um, Gallagher as being a player that we have to sell to comply with this FFP. If it boils down to that, then that's likely what's going to happen. But I know that the club is going to do what they can do to hold on to Gallagher. The main issue with the Gallagher deal has less to do with this FFP compliance in terms of raising money, but more to do with his salary going forward. And if the reports are to be believed, 150 million pounds per week, which would make him our highest paid player. And guys, I mean, we love him, but that's not going to happen. So we're just hoping that calmer heads will prevail. Then also we also reached the finals of Carling Cup. We're in the semifinals of the FA Cup, and so therefore that's extra money that Brosen has not added into the pod. We also have some new sponsors that either have been signed or are about to be signed. That's extra bread that hasn't been added to the pot, right? And so that's that. Then the other concern is with regard to the possibility of a transfer ban, because there's some there's a lawsuit that's out there that involves Chelsea, and as part of the lawsuit, certain details of our previous transfers under Roman could be made public. Obviously, you guys already know legal proceeding is public information. So if that happens, then I mean, there may be the possibility of a transfer ban, and I believe that that is why the Todd Bowley Group pretty much got ahead of this thing, right? They were proactive to anticipate the possibility of a lengthy, or a 2 year, 2+ year ban in the future, and that's part of the reason why they went ahead and spent over £1 billion over the past 2 or 3 transfer windows. And so, guys, I mean, for me, I feel like you know, there's still a lot of certainty. The worst case deal that I see happening is that we come up short, just short of the FFP metrics. I don't, by how much is anybody's guess, right? I mean, maybe 20 mil, 30 mil short. I don't know, 50 mil. But what we do know is that, at least if not, if going by Forest, Forest was 35 billion pounds short, and they received a 4 point um, deduction. So I mean, that just gives you an idea in terms of 4 point, in terms of the amount of deduction, and that was because they cooperated. And if there's one thing that this group has done, is this Boli group, they've been proactive in terms of cooperating, unlike City, unlike Everton, right? If you cooperate, then that is a mitigating factor with regards to the punishment, if any, that you will receive. So, guys, how do you all feel? Are we going down? Are we going to get 100 point deduction? Is it 50 points? I mean, is this much ado about nothing? I don't know. Is it a mix of everything? Please leave your comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Take care. God bless you all. Peace.